And what that looks like is, for some people, they need to come in and they need practical supports,
Right.
like budgeting, money management. Cancer can cause so much disruption in a family's economic situation. If the sole breadwinner of the family loses their income and there's no income in the family, we can help move along and help them figure out government form. Anyone, so the person that has cancer can come in,
Right.
the family can come in, any combination.
So you have the in-house doctors who will treat that person?
No, it's just support services, just programs, nothing clinical, non-medical, no medical situation. If there's people in the programs that actually have cancer, it can be really hard for them to be sitting beside people who've lost their loved ones to cancer. So we have to be very careful about making sure that there's some respect and thoughtfulness.
नमस्कार, सलाम, याली मदद, सत श्री अकाल, हेलो टू कैलगरी। आप सबका स्वागत है हमारे प्रोग्राम कैलगरी फोकस में। आप देख रहे हैं पंजाबी नेशनल टेलीविज़न। मैं आपका होस्ट, आपका दोस्त अमृत बराड़ आप सबका स्वागत करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि आप सब मस्त होंगे, व्यस्त होंगे और स्वस्थ होंगे। आज के इस प्रोग्राम में वी विल टॉक अबाउट अ वेरी आई कैन से बहुत ही ख़तरनाक एक डिजीज़ है जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा लोग इससे प्रभावित हैं, लेकिन वी आर अफ्रेड ऑफ इट बिकॉज हमें डर लगता है कि हम डॉक्टर के पास जाएंगे तो पता नहीं वो क्या कर देगा, क्या दिखा देगा। लेकिन बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम इसको सही टाइम पे रोक सकें in case we are suffering for that. In regard to that, we have today CEO from Wellspring, Alberta. That's like Wellspring Cancer Support, Alberta. Ms. Natalie Noble, and she will talk to us a little bit about herself and about this amazing, organization who is helping cancer patients and what exactly they're doing. उनसे बातचीत करते हैं. Natalie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And I'm pronouncing right your name?
Yes.
Perfect. So I was just telling our listeners and viewers that it's very difficult to, sometimes when we feel there are symptoms of this particular disease, but we are afraid to go to the doctor, and that creates more mess. Whereas if we can go to the doctor early, that helps us in a different way, right?
Yes.
So first of all, thank you so much for running this amazing organization, because I believe while I was reading through the facts about it, it helps the cancer patients, right? So to start with, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and like how you get into this amazing organization?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you to your viewers for tuning in. And this is an important subject. I am born and raised in Canada, Alberta, originally from Red Deer.
Okay.
Right in the middle of Edmonton and Calgary.
Right.
Which is great because the organization I serve right now serves all of Alberta. So I have experience in different cities and lived in different cities in Alberta.
Right.
I come from the roots of a social worker.
Right.
So my heart is in helping people and in serving the community and helping people improve their lives, have a better quality of life, and just make sure that people are not isolated and they have services and supports around them. So I've mostly served most of my career serving Indigenous people, also in the area of homelessness. And it's been an honor and a privilege now to serve people and their families experiencing cancer.
That's amazing. As I was going through the mandate, Natalie, it says Wellspring, Alberta is a charitable organization that supports, informs, and empowers those diagnosed with cancer by helping them address their fear, isolation, disruption, and practical problem cancer can bring to their lives. That's exactly what I was trying to tell our listeners over here, that we are so afraid, right? That instead of working on getting treated, we make it worse because we don't go to the doctors. We feel that, as you have really, in the mandate, it says isolation. your mind gets disturbed, right? You're not able to do anything else. And there are so many types of cancers in this world today that we are not even aware of how it can start and where it starts. So as we were talking before, we will have specialists from your organization. We request that if we can have them over here and talk about particular type of cancers and the how we can diagnose them ourselves, how we can prevent them to happen. That will be great. So now, coming back to Wellspring, if you can tell a little bit about this organization and how you are helping the people.
Sure, we help not only the people who have cancer, but sometimes it's the family members of the people who have cancer that also really need the help.
Okay.
So we really believe in helping the entire family
Right.
as they move through the cancer journey. And what that looks like is, for some people, they need to come in and they need practical supports.
Right.
Like budgeting, money management. Cancer can cause so much disruption in a family's economic situation. If the sole breadwinner of the family loses their income and there's no income in the family, we can help move along and help them figure out government forms, taxes, and help them get stabilized in their financial situation.
Amazing.
So that's a practical program that we have. We also have fun programs. Sometimes, we do art, we do music, we do drumming, and we do even fishing and pole walking. We always say, come to Wellspring and try something you haven't tried before.
I'm out of words.
There's more.
Because it takes a lot, Natalie, to do this. It's not easy. Mm-hmm. And it's great. We have such kind of organizations who are helping not even the patient but their families. Mm-hmm. Because as you said, the bread earner or the person, maybe the person who is the is the person who supports the entire family. Yeah. The kids are young and they are going to school, and the lady or the wife of the house, lady of the house is not working, or maybe they have some other circumstances and they need more than just a help, right? Yeah. And you guys are providing that. That's amazing. मैं इनके मिशन के बारे में पढ़ रहा था. Wellspring, Alberta is a warm and welcoming community that provides a comprehensive range of support, resources and programs so that anyone living with cancer and the people who care about them can improve the quality of their lives. एक बहुत important चीज अगर हम देखें, we always think about the patient. Nobody thinks about the family or the people who will be affected by the person who is going through that ordeal. Natalie, how did you join this organization? When did you join this, rather?
I joined Wellspring 2 years ago.
Okay.
I joined during the pandemic.
Okay.
And when the pandemic happened, all of our physical buildings,
right.
which we call houses.
Right.
So we have 2 houses here in Calgary, another house in Edmonton.
Right.
And those are the buildings that people walk into and they're warmly greeted. And that's where all of the programs happen. We have food in the kitchen, we have tea for people, and there's a flurry of activity that happens in the houses. And when the pandemic happened, all of the houses had to close.
Right.
And at that time, and this is when I joined the organization, we moved all of the programs and services online. And so people joined from the comfort of their own home, the safety of their own home, and got supports on Zoom. So they could log into Zoom and join the community that way, and we ran the programs that way. So it's been really amazing joining the organization in a time of transition and change. And now the houses are open and they're flourishing and people are coming in. You don't need a referral. You can just walk into the building and join the community. And I know that can be scary sometimes for people, just walking in and trying something new, especially because it might be outside of their community. And so we really want to welcome people and make sure that they know that they're welcome. Everything is free, so there's no cost to any of the programs or services. And we encourage people to maybe bring a family member or bring a friend with them, so it makes the experience just a little bit easier for them.
Natalie, my mind is a little confused over here. which I need some clarification. One is the person who is suffering from cancer, right?
Yes.
So can that person be treated in your facility, or it is just for the families of that person?
No, anyone. So the person that has cancer can come in.
Right.
The family can come in.
Okay.
Any combination.
So you have the in-house doctors who will treat that person?
No, it's just support services, just programs, nothing clinical, non-medical, no medical situation. It's all holistic programs for people. We go to the cancer center and they treat your medical issue. Come to Wellspring and we'll help you with everything else.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we talk about supporting the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys help with the, like somebody is going through this ordeal and is out of money because they can't work, they have mortgages, they have other things, so you guys have programs to help them with those things also?
Absolutely.
Are you real?
We do.
Wow.
And the reason is because stress is such an important factor in a
Wow.
cancer journey. So if you have the stress of going to the hospital, getting surgery, or getting your chemo or radiation, and you can't pay your mortgage or you don't have food on the table for your children, your medical needs are going to be impacted. It's going to be harder for you to recover and harder for you to move through recovery and treatment if your stress is really high. So Wellspring wants to help improve the quality of life of a person so that when they have their medical treatment, they'll be more successful and have better outcomes. So financial burden is a big stressor, and that's just one thing that we can help with. But once we remove the financial burden from people and they feel their stress just decreases, then they can do things like meditation or yoga, or they can come in and do an exercise class, or art, painting, music, singing, because they've then cleared out a lot of their stress, and then we can open up new avenues for them to try to enjoy life and have a distraction and find some peace and solitude at Wellspring.
Wow. This can happen only in Canada.
Probably. Yeah.
This can happen only in Canada.
Yeah. Oh,
It's amazing. It's amazing. Like food bank.
Yeah.
Food bank, we don't have anywhere I've seen in the world where they have food banks,
Yes.
where you can get free food, right? And to provide this kind of services, it's amazing, Natalie.
Yeah. Well, and that's why we're here. That's why it's an honor to be here and an honor to talk to your viewers, because we want more people to learn about our services. And we want to spread the word to different communities, diverse communities, communities that might not normally hear about these types of services in Canada, because we want to welcome them in and join our community with other communities.
तो आप देख सकते हैं, सुन सकते हैं कि unbelievable है, unbelievable, because what Natalie is saying, it's just out of this world. ये सिर्फ कनाडा जैसी कंट्री में जहाँ पर लोग एक दूसरे के लिए इतना सोच सकते हैं, मैं किसी कंट्री का नाम नहीं ले सकता, लेकिन ये एक तरह से अनकही सी, अनसुनी सी बात है कि कोई हमारे लिए इतना सोच सकता है. Actually, I'm really out of words because I've traveled a lot, and people really don't care about each other nowadays. The world has become to that kind of level where people have stopped thinking about each other.
Yeah.
They have stopped, taking care of anybody else. Here, it is just me, myself, and the people around me. We don't even think about the person who is going on the road.
Yeah.
Like if that person is under some stress or some kind of problem, we never think about that. But what you guys are doing, it's unimaginable.
Yeah.
Because that is a big support, that is a big relief for the people who go through this ordeal. We have been, like as I said, my father because of this particular reason, and we know that how we felt it because he had uh, insurance, but it was covered to a limit.
Yeah.
After that, the chemos and everything, we went through it. We had to pay.
Yeah.
But beside that, like I was big enough to take care of my dad, right? But there are a lot of other people who can't even think about this, right?
Yes.
Because they are not capable or not at that particular level to support the family.
Yeah.
Maybe they are studying, maybe they don't have any means, right? They don't have even food to get on the table, as you said.
Yeah.
But this is amazing. And this support is all throughout the person is getting treated, or it is just one time?
All throughout their treatment and after. So sometimes people don't hear about us until later on in their cancer journey, maybe even after. And so we still want to welcome people because it's the psychological impact of going through that disease. It might not hit a person until after the treatment's done and they ring the bell at the cancer center and the medical system says you're cured, goodbye, but they've had psychological impact or impact on their family. And so sometimes we even just help the people and help the family after the cancer diagnosis. We want people to look at their cancer journey as something that we can really support them in bringing more love to their life, more connection to themselves and other people, maybe help them look at life differently. Maybe they'll try something they've never tried before. Have you ever painted?
Maybe in school.
So, come and paint a painting and see what happens to you when you paint a painting and what taps into your psyche and to your heart. And that we want to be there for people at the time that they're ready to come in or the time that their family is coming in. So we really try not to put barriers on our service. We just have, it's a community. It's a community.
See, I always, talk about this to other people when I go back in India, right? People say that we have not seen God, we have not seen, we just worship, right? We have not seen heaven, right? And I always tell them that any place where you can get free food, free services,
Yeah.
without asking your nationality, caste, creed, color, that is heaven.
Yeah.
And that heaven is Canada.
Yeah.
Because here we can find people like you, people who have these kind of organizations who are helping the people who have lost all hope, hope about their health, what will happen to their families, what will I'm out of words.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. This is amazing. This is just super great. God forbids if that person dies.
Yes.
And doctors are not able to save that particular person. How do you help those kids, or do you still help them to resettle, or it is just the program through the person going through the treatment?
We definitely help the people resettle and transition back into life.
Right.
Usually we try to have this process wrapped up in around a year.
Right.
It's important for us to help the family grieve, but also make sure that they have other supports in the community beyond Wellspring, because if there's people in the programs that actively have cancer, it can be really hard for them to be sitting beside people who've lost their loved ones to cancer. So we have to be very careful about making sure that there's some respect and thoughtfulness when we bring people together and we gather people together around the disease and around the journey. We don't want to scare people with not being thoughtful or intentional about how we are running our programs and services. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But we definitely want to help people. We don't leave people abandoned. and we can help them transition. We just try to do that in a respectful way for everyone in the community.
I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie, this is amazing information, and what I will do, I will announce, or I will say the address and phone number and email address, which we will put on this,
Sure.
in on the video also, where people can read it and note it down. इनका एड्रेस है कार्मा हाउस 1404 होम रोड नॉर्थ वेस्ट, और कैलगरी अल्बर्टा। और दूसरा रैंडी ओ डेल हाउस 3910 सीटन ड्राइव साउथ ईस्ट कैलगरी अल्बर्टा। एक इनका हाउस है एडमिंटन में, एडमिंटन हाउस 11306 65 एवेन्यू नॉर्थ वेस्ट एडमिंटन। आप इनसे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, इनसे बातचीत कर सकते हैं। वेबसाइट आपको हमारे वीडियो में मिल जाएगी। द मेन थिंग इज टेक देयर हेल्प, इफ यू नीड देम कॉल देम, डोंट बी शाय, डोंट रन अराउंड द बुशेस कि क्या होगा कैसे होगा। अगर आपको हेल्प चाहिए, दे आर देयर, they will definitely help you, they will definitely clean out some problems in your life.
Yes.
If you are going through that phase. That's why we always say, don't keep it in your heart, talk to them. Come out, don't, आप अंदर मत बैठे रहें। जब तक आप बैठे रहेंगे अंदर, अपने अंदर ये बवाल चलता रहेगा, it will mess up your mind more, because you will be stressed with the person who is suffering from that horrible disease, plus how we will put the food, how the education will go for the kids, how will I take care of a mortgage, this and that, and you will go into wrong things. Natalie and his team is here. Please contact them. They are there to help. Natalie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Being here, and as I requested, I would love to see you more on our programs and to talk about more, about your programs which you are offering, right? Because we will study in deep into this, and we will love to come to one of your houses.
Yes.
And record things over there.
Yes,
and
yes.
then we will be able to present in a different way over there.
Yes.
I hope that makes sense, right? Because
wonderful.
that will be live and people will be able to see it.
Yes.
So before we end today's conversation, what is your message to the people who will be seeing this program?
Oh, thank you for asking that. I think when you started the conversation today, you talked about fear and people hiding and maybe avoiding the cancer experience. And what we want people to know is that there is a path forward, and you need to replace the fear with hope. And Wellspring can help you replace the fear with hope, and we can provide hope. And once that's flowing and the hope is flowing, on the other side of hope can be joy. So
that's amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. तो आप ज़रूर इनसे बातचीत करें। इनका वेबसाइट, ईमेल आपको हमारे इस वीडियो में हम लोग दिखाएंगे, तो आप उसको डेफिनेटली लिख सकते हैं। और अगर आप या कोई भी आपका परिवारजन या फ्रेंड इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर horrible disease, do talk to these people and they will help you out for sure. Thank you for watching program Calgary Focus. आपसे विदा लेते हैं और अपने नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम में आपसे दोबारा जल्दी मुलाकात होगी। देखते रहिए पंजाबी नेशनल टेलीविजन। थैंक यू एंड टेक केयर।